Yeah, man. Well, I gotta pick up in a sec. I'm supposed to pick her up at 1:30.
Okay.
But I told her probably 45. He gotta be at the airport around 2. But the plane comes in at 2:15. We're good.
Well, we should try to.
Yeah.
Get
so, do you have any final words at all? Any? This has been a lovely conversation.
Okay.
I'm sorry for the pee break. I thought you were gonna. Were you on the phone at least? Were you not bored?
No, I think it was a wrong number or something.
Okay. Yes, I really do. This has been a really enlightening discussion for me. It's very interesting, very rare one. You know, it's very unfortunately rare that these kind of things occur. Right. Not that I'm saying do this more. I'm just saying it's been cool.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. I'd shake your hand, but I just peed, and you know what happens.
Yes, and you didn't say the bracha.
For the drink?
Never mind.
I did, actually. I did. For the drink? I did.
No, never mind.
Oh, my bad.
You know, you have to thank God after you take a piss.
Oh, I don't say that one. You're right. You're right. I do thank him sometimes while I'm doing it. But I said it over the water. I did. Yeah. You're right. I didn't.
So I don't know. Quickly. Since we don't have that much. So what? I don't know. What do you?
Time.
I don't know. Since I've told you, I guess briefly. I know there's more to the story than just.
I'm gonna have a cigarette. I know it's horrible.
I know there's more to the story than just what I said.
Oh, which has been really amazing.
So I don't know. What kind of questions do you have about what I've said about growing up in the South a little bit?
I think it's. I interrupted you unfortunately and asked all my questions. You handled them very well.
Yeah.
Like it was. I enjoyed that. I think you've handled well. I didn't know you were really. Your parents must have worked very hard because you had a good education. I've heard about your siblings. They worked hard.
My brothers that came before me. My mother had me when I was born. My mother was 38, and my sister was 45.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when we came along in a different era, and my mother had felt like she made a mistake in entering her kids into the public school system.
Into the public?
And so therefore, and I felt the same way. And so my children, are not in the public school system. They all go to private schools.
Wow. That's expensive. Mine was.
But
they're not cheap.
But I think it's worth it.
More expensive than private or public.
Versus what they would get out of the public school system. It is, towards minorities, it is a defunct, obsolete institution.
Oh, it's defunct. Really?
Yes.
The public, you mean?
The public school system, yes.
See, the only catch, and I agree with him entirely if you're still filming. I totally agree. But, I should have taken my part years ago. Central High. Central High was and that was a public school, and it was 60, 35, and 5 in terms of black, white, and other.
Right.
It was a predominantly black school, very smart school, some very sharp. I think you would have done well at Central. I'm sorry you didn't get to go to Central, but you went to private during those years, 10 through.
No, in the 10th grade, I started going to public school.
In the 10th grade, you went to public for how long?
For the entire time of high school.
So high school was public.
Yeah.
Awesome. Where'd you go?
We don't want to give details here.
I always strike the details. I take out the audio. So if you, unless you don't want to share it with me.
No, I'll take, but just to leave out the details.
Sure. Good.
Okay.
Yeah. What, junior high? Is that also details?
No, junior high I went to a private school.
Okay, so you like the private schools.
Yeah.
I do too. Montessori, I'm going to send my kids to.
The classes were
That's a blessing.
The classes were smaller.
I hope.
The classes were smaller. The workload was much more advanced, usually by
my school was too.
A year to 2 years ahead of the public schools.
Correct.
So like when I did my 10th grade year at a public school, and I'm passing by this math class, and these kids are still just starting pre-algebra, and by that time I'd already been through algebra 2.
And you, by what age?
By the 10th grade.
See, I got out of high school on that.
By the 10th grade.
See,
because
math is
what's
not my bag.
supposed to come after that? It's either you do geometry
or trig.
You need
trig, yeah.
Or calculus. So.
Oh, see,
and that's what I
said. It's puzzle solving. I like puzzles, but math, hated it as a kid, and I never grew into it.
Right.
Wow, that's ahead. Above me, certainly.
Right.
I went private, but I focused on other things. I agree with you. I think the trick to private is small classrums. I'm with you on that.
And
entirely.
the teachers, there's more. The teachers have more time.
Teachers, of course, are integral
to address the needs of the students.
Yes.
If you have a classroom and a teacher deals with a lot of behavioral problems from the home. You have a classroom full of 20 to 25 kids. You're going to have kids who are having serious problems that fall through the cracks.
Yeah, that's true. As it's called. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as they call it.
Yeah.
And there's no
children.
And there's no amount of money or subsidies that could ever fix that.
Yeah.
You just have to and I've heard educators say that the public school system needs to be overhauled. No, I'm fine. I mean, we're just completely behind on every. I mean, if we are to match ourselves up globally.
Yeah, we're behind.
Yeah.
By far. We're living in a great time, my friend, because God willing, we'll be around to see the fall of the white man's empire in America, as we were saying. We will be around for that.
Well, I wouldn't use that language.
As it's known. I'm telling you.
I mean, the old good old boy power structure, that's done away. That's been done away.
Already done, yes.
Right, so it's what's happening now is the internet is connecting everybody together.
It's equalizing.
And it's causing people to change their attitudes and beliefs. And it's saying that you don't have to like me, I don't have to like you, but we have to live together. We have to learn about each other. We have to communicate. We have to do business.
We have to live together.
At some point.
Yeah.
And
we live here on the same ball. It's the same ball.
Right.
I'm glad, man. I know you're a fan of the internet, and I am too.
Right.
I'm glad it's equalizing things because it's just better that way.
Right.
It's just better that way.